G'day, this is Blaze Hackman Industries. First things first, I want to thank you so much because finally, after like 15 years or more, actually, it was around about 2006 or 8, I started this channel, the beginning of YouTube. Now I'm at 10K subscribers. And really, the growth has happened in the last couple of years. So I'm just going to go through all that. I just thought to give you a bit of an overview. I did try this podcast or this stream. It's not even a stream, it's just a recording. This is off the cuff, by the way, yesterday, but then I kind of found myself wondering because I wanted to give a studio update as well. Um, but I'm trying today. I stopped it. I said, okay, stay on topic. So we're going to stay on the topic of how we built the channel and some of the technology around building this channel. So one of the first things I will talk about is this microphone. So if you are using a microphone, especially for streaming, because that's part of how I have built the channel, it's more long form content. I don't get a great amount of viewers, but it just adds into the public viewing hours, I guess, although the analytics kind of don't say that. But if it keeps engagement going, I'm fine with that. I actually multi-stream that with Twitch through OBS, which is an open source program, which I'm using right now to record on, but I can also use that for streaming. And then there's a plugin which allows you to send out, and you don't have to pay any subscriptions like other apps and services, where you can stream to Twitch as like your main channel, which I get very little traffic on. And then I can also go to YouTube, both at high resolution and both looking good. And that way I'm sort of double dipping on the audience as well. So if you are putting a live component into your YouTube, I recommend it as well. And then you can encompass all your interests and things like that. So if you just go on, OBS is available for Windows. It's also available for Mac, and they've just done a big update. It looks kind of nice and sexy now. And so what I do is, excuse me, I'm just going to cough, keeping it real. Clearly in the background here with Elmo on fire, I have a green screen, and I've always used that. Some streamers kind of like to use the natural background, but I don't know, because I've got a big window here on the left, and depending on the time of the day, the light changes. I don't have much control over the environment, but I can kind of control this green screen and this dodgy picture of Elmo. And this is a bit dodgy because you see here my hand disappears because that's the end of the green screen. I also use a Focusrite 2 as a preamp. This is all gobbledygook for anyone who doesn't know about preamps and the boring stuff. Some people just use a USB plug-in microphone, but if you want to make it a bit sexier, then a preamp and another thing called the cloud lifter, which lifts the signal of the microphone. And then I've got a Rode boom arm, which is strapped to my wooden table. And then I've got the SM7B. Joe Rogan and anyone who else wants a hell of a good mic, they use this microphone. In fact, I've worked professionally as a voiceover for 30 years. I worked in radio, commercial radio, for 12 years or something, and I was on the air. And this microphone, for the money, for the outlay, which is Australian dollars, I don't know, $700-800. There are obviously some peripheral expenses, but it's just a fantastic microphone. It sounds great. And with the plugins and filters for OBS, this is a very directional microphone. So it means it's just, if I'm sitting in front of it and my voice is just picking up what's here, but larger microphones or larger pattern microphones, they're encompassing all the sound. And then you get, people walking past and coughing and birds and goannas and all sorts of things happening. So this is the directional microphone. And then with OBS plugins, which you can also sort of hone it in a bit more, it just gives you a great signal. So I guess one of the things that I have incorporated in my YouTube channel is going live and making the quality, because the sound, I think you can get away with like maybe a dodgy picture, you can get away with most things, but the sound can really compensate for, with the shortcomings in your technology or stream in other ways. Or even if you just, don't, if you don't want to use the video and you just want to use your voice, then you can, all the resources that you're picking up because you're not sending and streaming video, then at least you can have quality sound. So SM7B is just a great microphone. The camera I'm using is a Logitech Brio, which is a 4K webcam camera. I have had a DSLR in the past, and I tried to set that up. It was a Canon 5D. they've come a long way since those days. So now you have like a flip screen so you can see yourself. With the Canon, I could never focus myself. I had to do it manually. So it was a high quality picture, but it was just a pain in the ass to try and control it. So the Brio does it, but I mean, I could upgrade to a better camera. I haven't at this point because this is just easy. But I must say that the quality of the picture and the look is kind of hard to control. So sometimes I'll turn it on and it'll just look completely different. And last night I was just looking too pasty, and my nose was looking red. And today, I just with the lighting, I thought, oh, this looks great. Elmo's on fire. I look like I'm on fire. That's good enough for me, and it's kind of uniform on fire light. Unless I move back here. It's not changing now. Anyway, so if I'm not feeling lazy, I'll list all this technology down the bottom and you can see what I do. But, you know, for your Joe Blow, so you see someone who's sort of passively uploading now and then, that's not me anymore. I'm being consistent with the channel. It's like a hobby that I want to monetize. It used to be easy to get monetized, and it kind of happened automatically about 5 years ago. And then YouTube, they changed all the rules, and then people demonetized. I think I made $100 Australian, and now you have to hit certain metrics to get monetized again. And so that was kind of one of the things that I was aiming for, to hit 10K subs, which I thank you for very much. And also to, I guess, get to that monetization again. And now I'm about 500 watch hours away from that. So I will put the time codes in here, or try and do that. I don't usually do that. And so if this is all bullshit and you're not into it, then we can just go to how I actually kind of built the channel. And I think we've covered enough technology there. So what I'm going to do is go to my YouTube channel and kind of walk you through the analytics and how we got to where we are now. If I can just press the right buttons, go to your channel. One of the first things that'll come up is this very annoying, well, it's actually served me, but one of the things you want to have on your YouTube channel is, and the light's probably completely changed now because there's a lot of white in the back of my YouTube, and then that changes the light that's hitting my face. So maybe I'm less orange, but when you've got your sort of trailer video that people encounter when they first load up. So you want something that says what your channel is. And so when I started to really concentrate on the channel more, I wanted something short and sharp. And so I've got a very popular song, which has never been copyright struck or anything like that. And that just runs with my trailer, which is only 10 seconds. And it's me being a bit of a moron and face planting and then falling into the water and turning it into a swan dive. But it says adventure and technology and comedy. So that I did use vidIQ for a while, and that's a subscription service which will help you grow your channel and give you clues for tagging and keywords and things like that. I used it for a while until I thought, yeah, this is good. I kind of know what I'm doing now, and then I backed off. So but one of the things I gleaned from that was, be concise about your message. What is your channel about? And mine's about several things, but I kind of put it down to adventure and technology are the things that I'm kind of interested in. And there's a bit of comedy in there as well. So that's kind of what the trailer says in a very quick fashion. So you know what you're encountering and you know what you're up for. And if you like it, you stay around. If you don't, then you move on. And obviously, sort of default things normal people would do is your playlists under here. You can go into that and you can customize all that. But basically, you want to craft this so that it backs up what you say up here. So if you say adventure and technology, then everything here is about tax accounting for 600 videos, then people are going to get confused and probably move on. And then you've got home, and then you've got your videos, and then you've got you. So I'll go through how I approach the videos, what I do, the importance of keywords, the importance of particularly the thumbnail, and also how it applies to shorts. I've kind of covered live as well. One thing I'll say about live is that you can, if you look here at the older videos, you can actually make thumbnails for these as well, but I haven't done that for a while because I just don't get the same amount of traffic on it. I could go back and do these all. They're pretty quick. Like I can knock out a thumbnail pretty quickly now. That's not that onerous. but I've been concentrating on shorts and videos. A couple of things to be careful of is, especially with a game like PUBG, which does have these little promotions in it. There was a band called Blue Jeans, and then you'd get on a podium and dance. It's becoming a bit Fortnite PUBG. So, it's like, it's looking a bit sort of too colorful and annoying. Maybe I should go and play Tarkov instead. But I kind of, when you hang around this podium, they play this Blue Jeans, which is a band, their music, which is trying to push, and then that will create a copyright problem, and you won't be able to remix or create a short from the live video. So, and the shorts are the kind of little engine room that drive your channel. So just be aware of that if you're doing live. Then we've got podcasts, which is kind of like what I'm doing now, but I never post them here. I just put them on the videos and playlists, and you can do posts as well. So I think what we'll do first, we'll just see the growth of the channel, and then I'll show you what I do. So if we go to YouTube Studio, so up here, top right, scroll down about 4 or 5 down, YouTube Studio, and then you want to go to Analytics. And I'll try and make this as concise as possible. Your channel got 17,613 views in the last 28 days. Yay. But what's really important is if we go to these and we go to top right here, I'm going to go for lifetime. And there's about a million ways you can construct your analytics, but it basically tells you about the growth of your channel. And this is probably one of the things that I'll say is we've got content, and you can put in a secondary metric here, which could be, say, subscribers. And it'll create a graph with 2 different plots on it. And you can interpret those as you will. I have been looking at this earlier this week. It's kind of been shitting itself a bit when I put these metrics in, or try and get these metrics out, I should say. And it's going to generate that table in a second. But here we go. But basically, you'll see that over time, we had content. We've got around 2009. It's growing. There's a spike here. Okay, now let's put the second metric in. So content is purple, subscribers is green. So green is the top line. That's your subs. There's, like I said, there's 100 ways to do this, but we'll just stick to this so we don't get too confused. But you can see over time, see, it just says YouTube Studio, unresponsive. I don't know why it's so angry. But there's a little bit of growth here, spike there, and then we get to about 2022, and there's 2 years of massive growth, massive spikes, because I was putting a lot of effort into it. That's where I'm posting shorts. That's where I'm creating content. So my policy has been to try and put out 1 video every day, and then 3 shorts a day. I haven't been always consistent, and I haven't always found the content. And then sometimes content, which I think is going to be absolutely rubbish, it'll just spike, and I can't explain why. And sometimes something I think is going to be great, people just aren't interested in. But the main thing is, what is your story? What is the angle you're going for? And I think I did a video of a show that I was in, and I loved being in it, and then all my lines got cut out of it. And I actually thought about doing another video, because I call the Aftermath Man, where I'm always in the story of these shows, coming in at the end of the aftermath of the story or the big event. And in that particular show, I was an injured soldier at the end of World War II, and it literally, someone comes in and says, the war's over, in that scene. And I had a great scene with some great lines, but they cut. I don't think it's performance, because my accent was on point, but they cut it because of time restrictions. And I get that, but it was still a great show. So you've got to find the angle in the story. And I guess that's what some people call clickbait. It is something. So you never give anyone the full story. You give them a little teaser to make them want more. Whether it's about bike lanes or a journey you had on a bike path or paddling around on a rescue board, you're always trying to create a bit of a story in there, not just sort of, here's this. Or going out North Bondi Rip, one of my favorite things about how it's trying to consume you or eat you every time. Anyway, so you can look down here, 2-year-old skater prodigy from Bondi, that's had 1.68 million views, and I put that out years ago, and that's one of my biggest pieces of traffic, and I wasn't even trying back then. And then we got what happens when a house meets giant waves. So that's like a vidIQ tag. It's very contrived, trying to get people in there, and how many watch time hours. So You can see all these statistics here. You can look at them up and see what's serving you. But really, the Skater Prodigy video was shot on an old Olympus camera. My son's 18 now. He's driving. Doesn't really skate anymore, I hate to say. And he's just a little kid, 2.5 then. But something about that drew people in. And so I was like, oh, wow, that's incredible. And I didn't put any effort into it. And then best to do lap ever, best to do list app ever. That was about Google Keep. So I made that on purpose, and it drove a lot of traffic, like 30,000 views for me. That's pretty big. So, but here, I guess the point is, without raving on too much, is that over here on the right, you can see the last 2 years that I've created a lot of growth. And if we can get out of this, most of that growth has been driven by shorts. So it's a mixture of long form and shorts. So basically you can make a long form video like half an hour, and you can make 4 or 5 shorts out of it and take little key moments. And then those people will be, in this day and age, the last couple of years, shorts are growing. If you tag with hashtag shorts, it'll just take off, and certain ones take off more than others. But then that will refer back to your long form video. So then both are working for you at the same time. And then that means subscribers. Now, there isn't a secret way I have actually built the channel too in the background of this, which has made major acceleration. And I'll get to that in a second. But if we're to go to manage my videos, I'll just give you an overview of how I built this. So say, for example, here, I found some old footage. What was a GoPro surf like in 2009? So that kind of creates curiosity. People want to see what it was like. People are interested in the evolution of technology and how the GoPros, evolved from then. And so you get your interesting Beatty title. I don't overdo the description, but you can do that. I mean, I think people are interested in the video, or maybe the technology that's in the video. They might look down here later, but they're really the stories in the video for me, or maybe I'm just lazy. Then you've got your own playlists that you've made. You can add it to. So here I put an adventure, comedy, nature and outdoors, technology and fitness. So you can create those yourself. And then show more. I always put show more, and no, it's not made for kids, and that gives me more options. Altered contact, so there's no AI or anything like that. Then automatic chapters and stuff, it does. Then we got GoPro is my tag. So how I do that is I go up to rapid tags, and I have done, I'm sure, a video on how I built, RAID tags, rapid tags. I've done these videos before, but we're just revisiting it. So if you want to generate tags without spending half your life doing it manually, just put in, say, tag generator cats, and then it does a bunch. Hit copy. You can do this in vidIQ, and you can pay a subscription, and then it'll tell you which is the most popular tags, but I just do it this way because I don't want to pay a subscription. And then paste those in. Language, content has never aired on television. Recording date, can't remember, but usually I put that in there if I know, because it's various, can be various states. Location, Bondi Beach. It's sport is the category. And then over here, you might have subtitles. You want it to auto caption. You can make it public. You can also make it unlisted or private. And then you go with your end screen. I always do this one. So I'll click that and it'll put an end screen video on. And then you can also put in cards. So here, every 10 minutes, you just make a marker, and then you associate a video card with that, and it'll kind of preview another video. And then that drives more traffic in the channel. Sometimes I don't do cards because I think the content's more interesting. And I know that when I watch video myself, I get pissed off because people are putting cards in there, and they obscure the good stuff that I'm trying to see. So try and put the cards in the boring part of your video. So that's videos. And then shorts are the same, but for one thing. No. Sorry, let's go back here to, it doesn't have to be that video, but what's really important is doing thumbnails. And especially now, I've got here, this video is called 10 Minutes of Beautiful BF1 Brutality. Done all the same things, but I've made a nice thumbnail here. Okay, and there's actually 3 that I made because now they allow you to test 3 different thumbnails to see which one generates the most traffic, and it sits with that. So the easiest way to do that is to go into Canva. This is a free, you can just get this free. Top right hand side, once you sign in, you can go create a design YouTube thumbnail. There's multiple formats that you can use there. But if you look here at my beautiful BF1 brutality, right? No thanks. I think if I delete that, no, it's not. You can basically change this thumbnail and, you know, customize to your will. But what you do is you go through the video in, say, Premiere Pro, you export or you screenshot the clip that you want. And then in this particular instance, I got the airship going down. It looks amazing. Then I actually got the font that was close enough to the one that is actually in the game, Battlefield 1. And then I used that. You can see, you can change here in Canva. You can go up here and like go, you know, amazingly thick or Alpha Slab 1. You don't have to do, you know, the font from the game. You can change it and customize it and then make like 3 different thumbnails and then test them. Download it. It's all free. It's all high res. You can also get the pro version of Canva, but you're going to make beautiful thumbnails, and these are the things that are going to draw people in. And people love games, and they love Battlefield before it turned to shit. So this I think it's done okay, that video. It's like for my, what has it got there? It only says 791. Hang on, what has it got? I'm sure it's got more than that. Maybe I'm getting confused with another video. But the thing is, thumbnails are really important, so make sure you put a bit of time into that. But I've learned over time, you just get quicker with it. So if we go to our shorts, and I've been a bit slack lately with the shorts. So let's just look at more results. Go to bottom right, and then 50 per page, and it's going to scroll down. So Bondi tow-in jet ski negotiates big surf, right? This is a short I did a while back. And then what I do is always put hashtag shorts in the title, then hashtag shorts in the description, put it in your playlists, show more. Then you want to obviously go into rapid tags again and generate all these tags. And content never aired on television, location Bondi Beach, people love Bondi Rescue, put it under sport. So just make sure you hashtag shorts in the shorts video, and you still have, sorry, with the thumbnails, I don't think you can customize thumbnails in shorts, but you can in the long form. So they're the 2 secrets, okay? Now, here's the 3rd secret. I'm going to be honest here. I have paid for promotions in YouTube, and let's have a look at them. Now, there are various ways that you can grow your channel, right? And if I just grew my channel, I was getting traffic and in shorts traffic, but I wasn't getting subscribers. And so then I found out about promotions. Now, there are other third-party platforms, apps you can buy. You can actually buy, and I've never done it, but buy subscribers from, but I don't think they're legit. And I think that YouTube detects them and knocks them out eventually. I could be wrong, but I've never done that. But what I've done is bought promotions. So I've spent about $50 a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I don't know, about $300, $400 over like 4 or 5 months. Because what happens is post impressions, like say I've got an active one now. I've got so many subscribers off these. If you look at this one here, North Bondi Rip Wants Your Soul, it actually got, I spent $50. It got 200, so 250,000 impressions. Promotion views 5,000, and I got 500 subscribers. In fact, the most I've got was from Out Here Alone. I spent $50, 210,000 impressions, 4,000 or so views, nearly 5,000, nearly 700 subs, and then it's even more for when I previously. So this one, the Bondi Rip Wants Your Soul, a lot of people like that. And it does translate into subscribers, and they're stable subscribers. They don't just suddenly disappear. The one thing I did find out though was when I did one recently, see this North Bondi at lunatic levels. I know this screen's hard to see, but that was previously another video, and I've changed it twice. And the first video I put up, which was the Giant Waves one, it just wasn't translated. I was got like 5 subs. No one wanted to watch it. Then I changed it to the RIP one, the RIP Wants Your Soul one, and it still didn't boost it. So once you set up a promotion, it kind of like sits in. If it's a shit one, it kind of, I don't think you can rescue it. You got to start fresh with a great video that it's associated with, and then off you go. And then that's how I've grown. So I just felt like I had to do that because I was going to take 400,000 years to get to the level I want. So you're promoting your video, saying, here it is, look at this. If you like it, subscribe. As opposed to, hey, I'm just going to buy a bunch of subs and, you know, pretend that I built it myself. So I'm promoting it. It wasn't purely organic in the sense that if I hadn't paid that money out, so I see it as an investment. It may pay off, but the main thing is I don't think I'll continue to do that. I'll just want to do it till I get to monetization, and then we'll see how we go from there. So that's pretty much everything to do with how I've grown this channel. I would sum it up by saying, be consistent with your uploads. Try and there's heaps of stuff I've got on old hard drives that I look at, and you kind of want to just a lot of it's older stuff, so I don't feel like I'm creating any privacy problems for myself. But I don't mind sharing certain, and a lot of it's just going to sit there on a hard drive and do nothing. But if I can find a little story in it, it saves me from having to go out and do a big production. I can knock it out quickly. And then once I'm consistently uploading those videos, and I try and find one a day, make sure you have thumbnails every time. Make sure you, especially in long form, that you've got thumbnails and that you're tagging it, especially tagging on the shorts. Try and do 2 or 3 a day. Make sure you tag the shorts with hashtag shorts, and also rapid tags for long and shorts. If you're going live, make sure you have quality, compelling content, and the stream quality's there. And that's about it. And if you do want to try and get a bit of a boost in growth, then I recommend going to the promotions and buying a promotion. And don't spend $300, spend like 30, 40 bucks, and it feels like that it's growing, and great. And that's going to get me to where I want to be a lot quicker. So that's about it. Thanks for listening. Hope you got something out of it. There's going to be another video soon because I have upgraded my studio. I've now got a professional level microphone and preamp in the studio with Source Connect. Basically, if you're a voice person like me, then I can communicate with anyone, anywhere in the world at any time, and deliver high quality audio to them, which they can capture at their end. And I back it up on my end with Pro Tools. And I'll go through basically my whole studio and everything that I've got here, and how it works and how I've built it over time. And I think that it's kind of like a crazy good era in some ways, especially post-COVID, where people are being, forced to, pivot and work from home and create streams of income from home using the skills that you've got. And I invested a lot of money in technology over time, which I'm also very interested in and passionate about, being a man-child. But I'll take you through all the stuff that I've got. And I don't crazy spend. Like, I'm not going to spend 12 grand on a studio. I'm going to look around for a deal and try and build the best quality I can for what I've got. And you still have to put some money out there. But that'll be in the next video. So thanks for watching. Blaze Hackman, over and out.